Hello everyone. So in this video we will learn how to automatically create Pipedrive organization, person and deal for new subscription in Pabbly Subscription Billing. So let us begin with a small example. So as you can see, there is a product called as 𝗪𝗵𝘆 magazines in my Pabbly Subscription Billing account, and this is my plan associated with this particular product. So the idea is that once a person checks in this particular plan for this particular product, he will be added as a deal in Pipedrive. So let me just click on checkout. Okay, and a person called as 𝗪𝗵𝘆, okay, with this email address. So these are the details. Okay, so how about we go with the name 𝗪𝗵𝘆 O'Reilly, and this is the email address, and the company he works is Disney Studios Ltd. Disney Studios Ltd. So this is the company name. So we have the street, the city, the country, the zip code, the state, and 𝗪𝗵𝘆 is going to fill in the credit card number. So she's going to fill the details of her credit card, okay, and she's going to pay and confirm using Stripe. Okay, so the payment has been made by a person called as 𝗪𝗵𝘆. So technically she has made a purchase of this particular product, that is 𝗪𝗵𝘆 magazine. And the plan she wants is this one, 𝗪101, and the price is $10. So let's have a look. Do we have a person called as 𝗪𝗵𝘆, and also do we have a deal called as Disney Studios in Pipedrive? So let's have a look. So let me just refresh Pipedrive. So this is my Pipedrive account. Let's have a look in pipeline, and I'm going to look at the qualified ones. Okay, so let it load, give it 1 or 2 seconds. Okay, in qualified we have 12 deals, and do we have a deal called as Disney Studios? Let's have a look. Yes, we do have a deal called as Disney Studios Ltd deal, and this deal is worth 10 rupees, $10. Okay, so basically you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from Pabbly Subscription Billing to Pipedrive? So basically here I have used an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that has integrated Pabbly Subscription Billing and Pipedrive. Now the best part of using Pabbly Connect is there is no need for coding skills or technical knowledge. It can be done easily. So let me just show you the steps to integrate Pabbly Subscription Billing and Pipedrive. Okay, so to begin the process, in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. Just hover on products, and here you will find Connect. Just click on Connect. Okay, so this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. Here you can build your own account in just 2 minutes. After that, in my case, I have already built an account. So let me just click on sign in. Okay, so this is the app section of Pabbly. All you have to do is just scroll down, and here you will find Connect. Just click on Access Now. Okay, so the top right corner you will find a button, Create Workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as PSB, that is Pabbly Subscription Billing to Pipedrive. Of course, you can give any name according to your discretion. It's totally up to you. PSB to Pipedrive, and let me just click on Create. So when you click on Create, you will find 2 windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. So what's the deal with the trigger window as well as the action window? Well, when we are talking about automation in Pabbly Connect, it works on the concept of triggers and action. The trigger here is an if statement. It asks a question, if this happens, then what should be done? For example, if a new subscription is generated in Pabbly Subscription Billing, the action will be a new deal will be created in Pipedrive. Now using these 2 windows, we are going to create a workflow to integrate PSB to Pipedrive. Now here I have to tell you something. After we have built the workflow to integrate PSB to Pipedrive, I will make sure the link of this workflow is available in the description box so that you can clone it and directly access it into your account and begin your automation journey right now. Okay, so we are going with the trigger, and in the Choose app, let's make it as Pabbly Subscription Billing. Pabbly Subscription Billing, this one. Okay, excellent. Then we have the trigger event. The trigger event is new subscription. Okay, this one. Okay, so basically the gist is we are going to integrate Pabbly Connect to Pabbly Subscription Billing. So basically the gist is we are trying to integrate Pabbly Subscription Billing to Pabbly Connect. So let's have a visit to Pabbly Subscription Billing. So this is my Pabbly Subscription Billing account, And what I'm going to do here is, first of all, I'm just going to take you to settings. So this is the settings page, and in the settings page you will find webhooks. You click on webhooks. Okay, so we are going to create a new webhook. So let me just click on this blue button, add webhook URL. We have to give a webhook name. I'm going to give it as Pipedrive, because we are going to send the data to Pipedrive. Pipedrive it is. Now we have to select a product. We are going to select the product as 𝗪𝗆 magazine. If you remember, we had a product that is 𝗪𝗆 magazine, and the plan is 𝗪𝗆101. Okay, we have selected it. Now comes the most important part, the webhook URL. So to get the webhook URL, you go to Pabbly Connect and copy this. This is the webhook URL you want. You copy this and you paste it here. Okay, so we have entered the webhook URL. Now we have to select the payment. We have to select the event. Now the event is subscription created. So this is the event, and we have checked this box, subscription created. So at this point, all you have to do is just click on save. Okay, so we have set up the webhook URL. Essentially, this means that we have an integration between Pabbly Subscription Billing and Pabbly Connect. And let me just click on this button, recapture webhook response. Just click on yes. Okay, so it is showing it is waiting for the data. So what we are going to do here is we are going to conduct an experiment. So these are the products we have. And once again, we are going to the same product, that is 𝗪𝗆 magazine. And this is the plan associated with it. We are going to click on checkout. Okay, so this is the checkout page, and we are going to fill in some dummy details. So this time a person called as Thompson. Okay, so let me just add some extra details. Okay, so the name is Thor. Okay, let's go with Thor. Okay, so the name is Thor, and this is the email address of Thor. Thor45@gmail.com, and the company he works is Asgard. Okay, Asgard it is. Okay, so this is the email, this is the first name, this is the last name, and these are the rest of the details. And he's going to make a purchase with the help of credit card using Stripe, and these are his CVV. And let me just click on checkout now. Okay, so the payment and the purchase has been made by a person called as Thor. So let's have a look. Do we have the details in Pabbly Connect? Because PSB, that is Pabbly Subscription Billing, is integrated with Pabbly Connect. So let's have a look. Yes, the data has been captured. So these are all the details. The 𝗪𝗆101, that is the plan name. Okay, the billing cycle is one time. The payment processor is Stripe. And this is the email. But where is the rest of the details, like the address? Okay, we also want the company information. The company information was Asgard. So we don't have the details of Asgard as well as the rest of the details like the phone number or maybe the address. So we have to retrieve that. And to retrieve that, we are going to introduce the action window. Now in the action window, we are going to use once again Pabbly Subscription Billing. Pabbly Subscription Billing, Pabbly Subscription Billing. Where is Pabbly Subscription Billing? Okay, let me just check it once again. Pabbly Subscription Billing, yeah, this one. Okay, now in the action event, how about we just scroll down, and let me just click on get single customer, this one, and simply just click on connect. Okay, so we are going with the new connection. Now in the new connection, we have to figure out the API key as well as the secret key. So to get the API key and the secret key, let me just click on API settings. From here, you will find the API settings. Okay, as you can see, API settings, you click here, and you will be straight away directed to Pabbly Subscription Billing API settings. So all you have to do is just copy this. So this is the API key. You have copied it and just paste it here. Similarly, we have the secret. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Easy. Okay. So we have entered the API key. We have entered the secret. Let me just click on save. So we have to enter the customer ID to retrieve the customer information. So this is my customer ID. So let me just show you the customer ID. Okay, let me just scroll down. Okay, and let me just show you the customer ID. Okay, so this is the customer ID. This is the ID that you want to map. The reason we are going to map is because all the information like the address, the company, all that is stored in this particular detail, in this particular characters. So we are just going to map this particular detail here. So you click here and you just add the detail. So where is our customer? Okay, let me just, so this is the one customer ID and we have mapped it. So at this point, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the status is showing success and we have the rest of the details of the customer. We have the company name, that is Asgard. Now this is very important. Then we have street one, the city, the zip code, the country, and rest of the details. So we also have the first name as well as the last name. Excellent. So we have got all the information. So now before we create a deal in Pipedrive, let's have a look. Do we have a deal already created in Pipedrive? For example, the deal's name would be Disney Studios. I'm sorry, the deal's name would be Asgard. Okay, so let's have a look. Do we have a deal called as Asgard? So I'm just going to introduce one more window. Okay, and let me just cancel this. And in the choose up, let me just add Pipedrive. Okay, because we are going to figure out if we have a deal called as Asgard deal. And the action event, let me just add find deal. Okay, the reason we are doing is because if the deal is already present, we don't have to create a deal. Okay, so this is only for a newly created deal. So let me just click on connect. We are going with a new connection. Now we have to figure out the API token. So to get the API token, let's have a visit to Pipedrive. So this is my Pipedrive account. I'm going to the profile. Here you will find personal preferences. So in the personal preferences, you will find API key. So this is my API key. I'm just going to copy this and I'm just going to paste it here. I'm just going to paste it here. And let me just click on save. So basically here in the term, we just add the term. Okay, so in my case, the term is Asgard deal. So we are going to the second accordion and this is the term that is Asgard. And let me just add deal. Okay, this is because whenever Pipedrive creates a deal, it always comes with a term that is deal. Now fields to search, let's go with the title. Okay, and search for the exact match. Yes, let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so it is definitely showing success, but it is not showing any data. Okay, so to explain you better, what I'm going to do here is, let me just take you to the deal section. So let me just click on deals. Okay, and we have a deal called as Disney Studio Deal Ltd. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I'm just going to copy this, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to paste it here. Okay, so let me just paste it here. Okay, so let me just remove the space. Okay, so we already know that this is a recently created deal, and also I have shown you that this deal, that is Disney Studios deal, already exists. So at this point, when I click on save and send test request, it will definitely show some other values. Let me do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. So as you can see, it is returning some many values. For example, we have the title, that is Disney Studios deal. Then we have the amount, then we have the currency, then we have the status, that is qualified. We have the person who had made the deal, we have the organization, and all those details. So why is that? This is because this deal, that is Disney Studio deal, is already present. So we have to make a condition that if the transaction occurs in Pabbly subscription billing, the deal that is created is not already created in Pipedrive. So to do that, we are going to establish a filter. The filter will be something like this. Okay, the filter is something like this. If the deal is already present, then the data should not flow. So we are going to establish the filter here, and we are going to select the label. Okay, and it should be something like, okay, so let me just if the deal value exists. Okay, so this is the ID. Okay, so this is the ID for this particular deal. As you can see, this is the ID of this particular deal. If this does not exist, okay, if this does not exist, okay, then only the data should flow. Now if you're a bit confused, then you should really ask me why we are saying something like this, because this obviously does exist. Okay, this obviously does exist. If let's assume that if it does not exist, okay, then only the data should flow and create a deal along with the person and along with the organization in Pipedrive. That is why we have mentioned the filter type as does not exist. So when I click on save and send test request, it will definitely show an error because this deal definitely exists. Now for the time being, we are going with this approach, but when the workflow is running, it will automatically figure it out. So let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so the showing the condition is false because this deal definitely exists, and we have mentioned that does not exist. Okay, so that is why it is showing condition is false. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scroll up, okay, and I'm just going to remove this, and once again map the company name, okay, Asgard deal, and here let me just click on save. Okay, so we are ready. So we have made sure that this particular deal, that is Asgard deal, is not present. So we are going to create a person, we are going to create an organization, and then we are going to create a deal. So first let's deal with the organization. So we are going to select the choose app as Pipedrive. Okay, so we are going to create an organization, Pipedrive it is. Okay, so to create an organization, just make it as create an organization in Pipedrive. Just click on connect. We are going with a new connection. Oh, I'm sorry. We are going with the existing connection and we just go to the recent one. Okay, so this is the recent one and let me just click on save. Okay, so we have to enter the organization name. So the organization name will be Asgard. Okay, that is basically the company name. The owner is 𝗪𝗍 because this account belongs to 𝗪𝗍. Okay, this is the name of the person that owns it. And then we have the address. So we can find the value of the address from here. We have mapped it. And then we are going to map the next line of the address, that is city. Okay, and I think that's pretty much sufficient. The label, I'm keeping it as customer, the visibility, the whole entire company. And let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see, it is showing a data ID. Okay, this is because an organization called as Asgard has been created. And the data ID is 7. Okay, so this is something that will come in handy in the future. Now we are going to create a person. Now the person who has made the deal was, I don't really remember the name of the person. So let's have a look. Who was that person? Okay, so the name of the person was Thor. Okay, so we have to create a person called as Thor in Pipedrive. And only after that we can create a deal. So we are just going to click here. And Pipedrive it is once again. Now you already know the drill. Pipedrive. We are going with the action event. Okay, let me just scroll down. And we want create a person with custom fields. Okay, let me just click on connect. We are going with the existing connection. And let me just scroll down and go with the recent one. And let me just click on save. Okay, so we have all these fields to fill. So we are going to do all of them one by one. So the name of the person was Thor. So this is the data that we received from here, Thor. And then we have Greece. So Thor Greece, I think that was the full name. Thor Greece, excellent. Then we have the label. So I'm just going to manually add it as customer. Okay, I've just manually added it as, oh, I'm sorry. I should add it here, customer. Okay, then we have the last name. The last name was Greece. So once again, we are going to enter the details of the person, that is last name as Greece and the first name as Thor. Okay, that is Thor. Then we have the phone number. We don't have the phone number, so we can just ignore it. Then we have the email address. So this is the email address and we have mapped it. I think we are ready. Okay, so we have to enter the organization. Now, organization data can be found from here. Now, I'm just going to straight away map this particular ID, data ID 7, because when the organization was created, it basically returned an ID. So this was the ID, data ID 7, and we have mapped that particular ID here. Okay, so at this point, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request to create a person called as Thor. So the response is a positive one. We do have a person called as Thor. So let's explore. Do we have a person called as Thor? Okay, so we are actually going to the contacts, people and person. Do we have a person called as Thor? Yes, we do have a person called as Thor. Excellent. So what's next? So now we are ready to create a deal. We have created an organization, we have created a person, and especially we have figured it out that the deal is not present. So that is why we are going to create a new deal. Okay, so let me just introduce one more window. I promise you this is the last window. Okay, and Pipedrive it is. Now in the action event, how about we make it as create a deal. This one, click on connect. We are going with the existing connection. Just scroll down, okay, this one, and let me just click on save. Okay, so now we have to enter the title. Now, if you may remember, or if you have created any kind of deal in Pipedrive, when a deal is created, it always mentions this deal. So that is why when a deal is going to be created, I will make sure I will also add the deal. Now, the name of the deal will be Asgard. Okay, now that's organization as well as the deal's name. Now remember this, there is a difference. Asgard is also the organization, and Asgard deal is the name of the deal. Okay, Asgard deal is the name of the deal and organization is Asgard. Okay, so we are ready. Then we have the creation date. Let's ignore that. In case if you want, you can actually map the creation date from here. Okay, but I'm not interested in doing that because it will just complicate it. And then we have the status as open, the status qualified, the owner as 𝗪𝗍. Okay, so let's involve the organization. So let me just toggle this to the right. Okay, just remove this and let me just add the organization. If you remember, the organization is this one. Okay, data ID 7. The organization is definitely Asgard, but the ID that it has returned is data ID 7. Then we also have to map the person's ID. So the person's ID is this. So when Thor was added as a person, this was the ID associated with it, data ID 22. So we are going to map this particular detail here. Okay, so data ID 22. Okay, so that's something that you get from the 6th accordion, and we have mapped it. Then we have the value. So basically the value is something you get from the first accordion. I think the value was $10. Okay, and the currency is INR. Now, of course, the transaction happened in US dollars. Okay, so let's put it in US dollars. Earlier, actually, I had made a mistake that the transaction was done definitely in US dollar, but I made the currency as Indian rupees. So that is kind of wrong. So dollar. Okay, so where is dollars? Yes, US dollars. Okay. The label can be ignored and visibility to the entire company. Okay, so we are ready to create our deal. So let me just click on save and send test request. Response once again a positive one. Excellent. So let's have a look. Do we have a deal called as Asgard deal? Yes, we do have a deal called as Asgard deal. So the presence of this deal confirms we have a successful integration between Pabbly Subscription Billing and Pipedrive. Now, before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So let me just minimize all the windows one by one. So this is the action window I have minimized. And this is this action window I have minimized. Okay, so this is going to take a bit of time. So I'm just going to minimize all the windows one by one. Okay, because you will understand all the process in a very simple way. So that is why I'm just going to minimize all of them one by one. Okay, so in the first step, you have integrated Pabbly Subscription Billing to Pabbly Connect. You created a new subscription and you received the result. But unfortunately, we didn't have the information of the customer. That is why you created one more action window and one action window to create or retrieve the information of the customer from Pabbly Subscription Billing. Then we have figured out if the deal is present or not. Now, after that, you have established a filter that the data should only flow when the deal is not present in Pipedrive. After that, when you have figured out that the deal is not present, you established or created an organization. After that, you have added a new person, and after that, you have definitely created a deal in Pipedrive. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Pabbly Subscription Billing and Pipedrive. Okay, so not just these two apps, you can integrate a ton of applications with Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, please visit the website www.pabbly.com, or you can just contact us at admin@pabbly.com. If you really like this video, please comment, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.